don't have to be always, like, it's unrealistic and it's not real. You don't have to be seen as a nice person. You don't have to be seen as, like, whatever. You just have to be real. Look at this ridiculous hair. Set the hair free. Hi, Booba. Welcome back! This is a Spirit Vehicle. Don't forget to subscribe. As I've mentioned on my Instagram, I got burgled. And it meant they took my professional camera, my laptop, all my fucking like editing software, like everything that basically was running my Spirit Vehicle was taken. And as much of a fucking fuckery of the first order that is, there was a lesson to be learned in it. And that's pretty much what this whole video is going to be about. Finding the reason that we are suffering. Understanding why it is so necessary and fundamental and prevalent. For example, with my stuff being stolen, it taught me something that I couldn't have learnt with a less impacting situation. So I had everything sort of valuable and expensive that I owned taken away from me. You know, designer handbags, like sunglasses, makeup, perfume, just bullshit. And I wasn't that sad. I'm gonna sneeze. Jesse, look. But yeah, I basically realised that there was a reason that I wasn't that bothered. There was a reason I wasn't that bummed. And I still had my friends. I still had my family. I still had my health. I still had my fiance. I still had my future. So it drew some real perspectives for me that I wouldn't have seen unless something as savage as having all of your belongings being stolen from you. I needed that to happen, basically, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't have learnt the lesson as well any other way. In the moment of realisation, or, you know, when you're really in your sort of pit of doom and despair, all you want is to feel good again. All you want is to feel happy, and you want that part of the journey to be over. That's not life, honey, and it never will be. The point in life is to expand your consciousness, right? To be as alive as you possibly can be. Did you think that was going to be easy? Did you think that journey would be straightforward and an easy ride? No, mate. No. Your Spirit Vehicle is going to break down like a couple times. Once you've done the hard bit, it's literally like a flower blossoming out of soil. You've got a little package of knowledge and experience which equals understanding. You understand life better. Thus, you are more alive. The more you know, the more you understand, the more alive you are, literally. The more conscious you are. And what this fucking world needs is, I mean, like an overhaul expansion of consciousness, for fuck's sake. We are so asleep, like it's so depressing. And despite all the crap, I can sense that there is a yearning, like there is a pull from deep within us that I'm picking up on in people that have never previously been spiritually inclined or have never been interested in sort of self-work. There's like something is arising. It's like there's like some sort of like giant waking up inside of all of us, which is basically like looking at the state of the fucking world and being like, okay, something needs to be done about this. We're going to be the ones who are going to be in control of things, you know, 10, 20 years. It's our job, it's our responsibility, it's our duty. All of this crap with the politics and fucking like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and all of that shit. I mean, first of all, I think we have the people in power that we as a society fucking deserve. We have a celebrity, or I'm not American. Americans have essentially a celebrity as a prime minister, as a president. But then again, Kim Kardashian is the most followed person on Instagram. Even the social media platforms which could be used for, they are used for so much good, but could be used for like revolutionary good, is dominated by people who have nothing real or valuable to offer. We celebrate their exterior shells. We put our time and energy and focus and intention into trying to look like these people. Who gives a fuck what they look like? Like, you are so beautiful and amazing and unique the way you look. You don't need to look like Kylie Jenner. You need to look like Kim Kardashian. You need to look like you. And when we start taking our focus away from these, plastic idols, and start trying to aspire to be the people that make us feel something real, they make us feel hope. You know, I've got a few YouTube channels that when I watch these people, I come away feeling so inspired and so positive. And that surely should be who has the most followers in the world, right? Not someone who's famous for the shape of their bum. And I've got nothing against Kim Kardashian. Like, she's a human who has absolutely smashed it in the material world. But it does shine a bit of a light on the state of things. And so how come we're mad because Donald Trump's president? So what I wanted to talk about today was basically, it's something that I've realised is going on at the moment, especially in like the sort of like pop spirituality sort of circles, or as my friend Brian likes to call it, McDonald's spirituality. Genius. But basically it's this whole like positivity the whole time is the only way, and the only way that you're going to be happy and successful and have abundance and all that kind of thing. And it's just not true. Negativity is necessary. It's a fundamental part of being a human. It polarizes emotion so that we have an area in between to work in. Of course, you know, it would be ideal to be positive and optimistic the whole time, but we need to have the attitude towards negativity where when it comes, not if, when negative feelings come, when pessimistic feelings come, we're not dealing with it as if it's like some like forbidden thing, because it's not. It's still part of you. It's just the less desirable bit. But rather than trying to shun it and deny it, instead, if you welcome it and you make it something which you know is there for your betterment, and you see it as something which is sort of like an alarm clock, it's like your true self, your inner self, whatever, calling out for attention. It's an alarm bell ringing to say, I need you to look at something inside of you because there's something that isn't working and it's making you feel bad. If you realise that actually it's a tool that you can work with to make your life better, then it loses some of its power. And we live in a sort of like culture now where it's like being sad or down or depressed is either kept secret or it's downplayed or something because people feel like ashamed about it or they don't feel supported enough. And I'm just thinking, fuck, like what kind of world is this where you can't just be a human? You know, like you can't be sad without feeling like you can't be sad. Like that's so sad. And it's because there's all these books which sort of basically say, like, if you dare think of anything not all the way positive and you know, whatever, that you're essentially some like demon from hell. I've said it before and I'll say it again. People's biggest problem is that they think that they shouldn't have one. Your problems are your springboard. Your issues, the things that have fucked with you, the people that have fucked with you are your greatest tools in life to become a stronger, wholer, better, wiser person. I've said before, you don't get a hero out of an easy life. No interesting story was ever straightforward. And if we're making it really cheesy, we're gonna say there was no rainbow without rain, and a flower needs to grow out of soil. When you see something as a bad thing or an undesirable thing or something which you don't want, you're basically charging it with like a fuck ton of energy that it doesn't deserve to have. If you embrace it and see it as a necessary sort of fundamental part of your human experience, then it suddenly stops being so much of a bad thing. If you imagine that you have a roller coaster and there's the ups and the downs, or a graph, let's make it very basic. You have ups and the downs, and then you just have like a neutral line. These are the happy emotions, these are the sad emotions, these are neutral. When you have been down here, you then appreciate the massive, massive difference of when you're up here, because it's such a huge, steep change. You can really appreciate when things are good. You can literally feel like the natural bliss and ecstasy of being happy when you have something to compare it to. Also, these bad experiences, the experience gives you an understanding of things, and thus you as a person have more value, especially when you want to go towards helping other people, which is what I hope everyone would like to do. I think we live in a society where every man is just out for himself, and it's all about service to self, and we're missing the point. Service to self is so far from that. When we are being selfish, when we are only thinking about what serves us best, we've missed the point entirely. We have a duty as people to be kind, to be supportive, to be gentle, to be understanding, and to be compassionate. Because in reality, there is no separation between any of us. Whether you understand it at this point in your life, or you will come to understand it later, there is a collective consciousness. There is a thread that is running through us all. And it links us all. And it shares our human experience. So there's no such thing as service to self. There's just the illusion that it's just for yourself. Honesty hour. I've had literally some of the worst things that can be done to a human done to me. And as much as it is difficult for me to say this, it was all part of my journey. It was all a necessary part of my journey. They were lessons that I had to face, I had to come up against. Because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have had the experience and thus the understanding to be able to help other people who have suffered in the same ways that I did. And as hard as whatever it is that you're going through is, because trust me, I fucking get it. Like, I mean, I don't want to spill all my guts right now, but maybe there'll come a time. But I mean, use your imagination. I've said before, I've been as low as a person can go, and at the time, I never thought that I'd get out of bed. I thought I'd feel that way forever. Let me just say one thing. You don't feel that way forever. There's always a way. However dark, however deep, however unlikely, however all-encompassing and horrendous it feels, it will get better. It just needs your commitment to the belief that it will get better. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a month, but eventually. The universe says yes to everything. So if you want to believe that it's going to stay this way forever, you can perpetuate the problem, you can make the problem last longer than it needs to. But if you tell the universe, okay, I surrender, show me that it can get better. Once you've surrendered to the task and you've taken the job, like you've said yes, okay, I see this for what it is. I understand that this is just a fundamental part of the journey that feels so real and unfair and terrible. But once you say to the universe, all right, okay, this is a good thing in disguise, however awful, it starts giving you a bit of a break. There were a few things that happened in 2015 where I was attacked in many ways. And as an example, I have to show you what came from it. So something very, very shitty happened to me. The sequence of events that followed after that basically meant that I was at the right place at the right time when I met Stas, who is the love of my life, and he is who I wake up every morning and thank the universe for. He's my best friend. Yeah, I mean, he's just truly the definition of the word of my other half. He's literally like the sunshine in my life, you know. It's cheesy as fuck, and I'm not going to bore you guys with this, but if those things hadn't happened, then the lovely, fulfilling, real, challenging but rewarding life that I'm living now wouldn't be here. I mean, I actually dread to think about what my life would be like if it hadn't gone this way. I've found my true purpose, which is helping people feel better. I understand why I'm here as a person now. I get why these terrible, terrible things have to happen to us. There is a lesson in every experience if you look for it. And so I learned it, I accepted it, I gave it the, alrighty, show me what you get. And it fucking showed me. It showed me so much magic and wonder. I'd recommend it to anyone. I really would. Anyway, I'm rabbiting. So yeah, as always, I hope that has given you some useful insights that you can sort of carry with you in your daily life and journeys with your spirit vehicles. And yeah, I'll be back so soon. I love you all infinitely. Mwah.